Well, we just put out a video about alpha mining and how that's changed with Catalyst, and now it's time to talk about gas huffing. Yes, for both alphas and omegas, solo and fleet, everybody knows. With the new ships, the Outrider and the Odysseus, everything is different. For Catalyst, if you want the best Eve guides, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and Eve enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And all of these ships, the Odysseus and the Outrider, have changed how Catalyst is done, how the various gas huffings is happen. Let's talk about them and talk how you can benefit from the new changes to gas huffing. First, where the heck do you find the new gas mines? Well, you can go to the mining nodes in the new 2D map. Gas is typically found in ore anomalies, and you can find that right down here. Look where my cursor is on the bottom of the screen here, okay? Click mining. Then you go to ore anomalies, okay? This is going to show you where all of the probe scanner ore focused anomalies are in New Eden. Lots around me right now. And this is going to give you a direction to go in. Now you have to scan this down, obviously. You're not going to be able to just like go there and warp there, but you do have to scan some stuff down. There's one in Isanamo, one in Paokinen. You can use this to find one in Mera. You can use this to use the new 2D map to find, look, there's 19 of them over here. Let me zoom in. Okay, let's go to this section. So I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to go this way to find ore anomalies that I can go find some stuff in. That's one of the easiest ways to find gas stuff. The other way to find them is they pop up in lowsec, wormhole space. Yes, in nullsec, not in Pochven. Wormhole space is where you're going to be going. That's the main spot to find gas, and it's one of the main ways that you can find stuff. We had a great time on one of our last streams where we actually went out and we got a bunch of gas with our Outrider here, and we can refit it to various things. We got some Myco Saracen and lowsec. We had a great time doing it. We're going to talk about the Outrider in just a sec. I want to equip the alphas first on what to do and what to move out in with their various gas huffing ships. So why so much focus on gas huffing? Well, it's really simple. Gas huffing is one of the most lucrative ways that you as a newer player can make money, and is in fact the first way that I was able to get my fortune with my first 100 million ISK was because of gas huffing, was because I found some gas in a wormhole. I came back and normally I would come back with like a couple million ISK from my ventures hold. I got gas and now I come back with like 50, 60 million. I was like, oh my God, I'm rich. I can buy anything. Let's talk about how you can do this in space. So this is meant for solo in dangerous areas of space venture. We're going to explain a couple things quickly, and then we're going to get to all the fits because we've got like 17 fits, all the fits. Be in the description for you. It's totally free. It takes 2 clicks. They're over on our Patreon blog style. It's free, chat. People hear Patreon, they think it's paid. It's not. It's all free. We don't ever gate this stuff monetarily. Click it, takes 2 clicks. It doesn't fit in the description. Okay. Click it and enjoy it. It'll go well with you. So what we have here when you're solo is you're going to be getting Tech 2 scoops. It's important to understand that gas does not crit like the other mining stuff that is happening. All the other ore does crit. The Scoop 1 has no residue, okay? No gas is burned off the cloud. Scoop Tech 2s do have residue, okay? But they're quicker, they're faster. So this is the thing that you have to understand. When you're solo, you don't care about residue. Gas huffing lowsec is underrated. This is fast. You wanna go fast when you're solo to get the stuff and get off grid as quickly as possible. So you are gonna be using a chipset, because even though you can't crit, it is going to reduce the residue you get when you're on the cloud. Maybe you're by yourself for a long time, and if you burn off a third of the cloud, you're not going to get as much ISK. The chipset is going to reduce the amount of residue you burn off. Make sure you check that out. How much residue is going to be right here from 34 to 27, almost 10% less revenue because of the mining chipset Tech 2. That's a big deal. You want to make sure you have that on. We have a Tech 1 afterburner. Without the afterburner on, we are sub 4. Pretty great. Pretty awesome. With the warp core stab and the Venture's innate +2 to warp core strength, this will be a very difficult ship to hold down. And if you're an alpha, if you're new, yes, this is 32 million ISK. The bulk of that money is going to be the gas cloud scoops. They're going to be kind of expensive. If you want, just take out the Tech 1s. You take out the Tech 1s, it reduces the cost down considerably, but you'll be going slower. You got to be careful. Only fly what you can afford to lose. We go down to 27 million. So you see, it's not so much less, all things considered. You really don't, really isn't that much less at all. It's like just 100,000, whatever, not even 100 million, 100,000 ISK left. It comes equipped with a core probe launcher and some various modules to help you scan to get in and out of wormholes safely. Now, the EC drones, I'll take this out of the description. So this is an alpha friendly fit, but if you want to fly this in Omega, you totally can. Every single fit you see that's alpha friendly, you can take out for Omegas, especially the cheaper ones are going to go well with you if you're new to gas huffing. So that's the Venture fit. The new ship, the reason you're here is because of the Pioneer. Let's talk about the solo wormhole huffing lad. This is a Pioneer. We're going into wormhole space. Now the Pioneer is slower than the Venture. It's harder to get out, but we were able to get it sub 3 align time. Now, if you're an alpha, you're going to use probably more Tech 2 modules here, and you're probably not going to be sub 3 if you're alpha. That's fine. You can still be sub 4 and get out of dodge. Omegas will be able to get the sub 3. Very, very sick. And what the Pioneer is slightly better yield, and it's slightly tankier. That's basically it. Like this ship, if you're solo, I recommend the Venture over the Pioneer, but I'm including this for you just in case you want it. It's a little bit more expensive, and really all you get from this is slightly more tanky. But the Venture is slipperier. More slippery? It's the slipperiest. It's harder to lock down. Pioneer is much easier to lock down, and all this tank is not going to save you if a Loki undocks or uncloaks next to you. So make sure if you're solo, you can take out the Pioneer, but do so at your own risk because destroyers are strange and they're in a weird place. Same thing with Hornet ECs. If you're Omega, add in some EC 300 drones. If not, have some DBS drones. Why not? Okay. Now, this is the interesting thing about being an alpha and being solo, is that you have to fly ships that are not, let's call it suboptimal. The moment you become Omega, if you're solo, we're going to stick with the solo stuff in the first part of this video, you can get the Prospect. The Prospect is one of the best ships to get for gas huffing, period, full stop, because of a lot of reasons. First, the Covert Ops Cloak, amazing. Second, the gas yield is high. 1.3 is as high as the other ones. It goes very fast. We're going overpropped 2800 on grid, Covert Ops cloaked 600 ms while cloaked. This goes faster than some cruisers while cloaked. That's gross. It's going to be very difficult to hold this thing down. Great ship. One of my favorite Omega ships is the Prospect. It'll go well with you. Let's compare some stuff here. The Prospect has a mining hold of 12.5. Okay. Prospect is going to be able to hold a lot of gas, uncompressed even, right? Pioneer. I know you can keep that in. Something is happening outside my house. I can just hear a lot of noises, dude. A lot of stuff. I keep this in. There are many, many things are going on outside my house, apparently. So the Pioneer, how much does it compare to the thing? Has 8,000. So the Prospect has more than the Pioneer. How much does the Venture have? The Venture has 5,000. So you think that the Pioneer has more than the Venture, and then the Prospect has more than the Pioneer. Okay, the Prospect has more than double what the Venture has. This is the premier one to get out. And as just a quick aside, the Prospect is also one of the best ships to haul your gas in because of the Covert Ops Cloak, in addition to the Odysseus. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so those are your solo fits. The Pioneer, the Prospect, and the Venture. So, and the first two are alpha friendly, but you're not really going to be doing this solo all the time. A lot of you are going into Wormhole Corps. A lot of you are getting ready. You've seen our Wormhole videos in this playlist and the Wormhole Guide playlist. You've seen them. So you have to understand it's better with friends. It just is. So we're going to quickly go through these. Venture first. This is a fleet-focused Venture. You'll notice we're going to be sacrificing a lot of utility that solos need, because I'm assuming if you're using the fits we're about to show you, you have hull control or you're with friends that are able to scan stuff down. You're not going to go out by yourself and use these fits. That's the first part of the video, okay? Please don't tell me like,
Loru, I flew your fleet Venture fit by myself and I died.
Yeah, you did. Because it's meant for a fleet. Fly with friends, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Venture fit's going to go fast. Venture fit mines the scoops. Always Tech 1 scoops with friends because there's no residue. Don't be greedy. The other thing you can use are the syndicate scoops, but these are 120 million escopop. Maybe don't, unless you have full hull control on that Venture. This fit will be in the description. All these fits will be in the description. The second one we're going to have for you is the Pioneer Fleet Fit. Now, I'll tell you, this is going to get some traction because it's a little bit tankier, and the Venture is cheap, but this has a little bit more yield and it holds a little bit more. The holding a little bit more is the best part. So you have to make less trips to your compressor. You're not always going to be, eFrontier is fantastic. Not always are you going to have a porpoise on grid. Go watch our gas huffing video that we put out. Link will be in the description so you can see how to get all that stuff done. So having a bigger ore hold is not nothing. That's going to help you a ton. This fit will be in the description for you. What about the new ones? The new ones. But we're going to talk about that in just a sec. One of the last things you're going to have is the prospect fleet scoop. Okay. All the good stuff. This is the one you want to go for, champ. This is the one that everybody's has been using. This is my personal fit. It goes 600 MS cloaked. I love this. You get 4 of these behind you. You're going to slurp up that gas like the best of them. But the prospect is for omegas. I'm going to show you some alpha focused fits. Okay. Let's talk about the consortium ships. These are the other new ones. The sensor booster, it's a great question. Why the sensor booster? It helps you to not be scanned down as fast with the ECM ammos. Okay, that's what you can use to help you not get scanned down as much. Let's talk about the Venture Consortium, the Pioneer Consortium, and kind of where they stand with everything else. So here you see a solo alpha Venture Consortium. Why should you get this? The whole thing is 61 million-esque. It's almost double the price as the Venture fit. The body is very expensive because it's a new ship and because it's a faction ship. It's very expensive. Well, you get the extra mid slot. That's number one. I put a scan rangefinder there. We made this whole fit alpha friendly. Okay. So you can scan stuff down a little bit better. This does increase your power from 82 to 85. That might sound like it's nothing, but fast speed is speed, chat, when we're doing this. Okay. This is also without the afterburner sub 3. Now we're talking. Okay, we've got the double low frictions and it's sub 3. Omegas are definitely going to get it sub 3. Alphas will need more skills, most likely. Sub 4 is still plenty. We still have the 1 MN afterburner. Overheating goes to 13. Very solid fit. How much does it hold? Holds 6250. Holds, what is that, 20% more than the Venture? Here's when you use this Venture. Are you a rich alpha that is going to go solo into wormholes and can afford to yeet a Venture Consortium? That's what this is for. Most people that can afford this money, the prospect fit was cheaper than this. This is 66 million. Let me find it. The prospect fit is 40 million. That's typically how it goes, where alpha focused fits are more expensive. The other thing you can do with this is you can mobile depot into scoped mining lasers if you go into the wormhole, and you can get some ore mining if you can't find any gas. We have those both there for you because you want options when you go into wormhole space. This is not the only consortium ship. The Pioneer Consortium is weird. We fit the Venture Consortium for slipperiness, for getting in and out, for getting away from things. Why 16 probes? Because 8 can be out in space and then the other 8 reload into your scanning thing. It just saves a little bit of time. You can just use 8 if you want, but I don't like waiting for the reload. I like to immediately scan stuff down. It's a great question. We built this fit to be able to bully people off the grid. I really think this is one of the use cases. You're welcome. Yeah. I think this is one of the best use cases for the Pioneer Consortium because it's not slippery like the Prospect. It's not speedy like the Venture. Its yield is the same as the Venture Consortium. This gets 0.6 MS times 3. That's 1.8. The Venture, I go to the right one, the Venture Consortium gets 0.9 M3. That's 1.8. The Pioneer Consortium and the Venture Consortium actually have the same gas yield. The thing you get with the Pioneer Consortium is, first of all, it's a better looking ship. My God, this is awesome. It's solid. It holds 10,000, almost as much as the Prospect. And it is more money to commit to the grid. So what I've done here is I've built, and I saved the best for last, a PvP ship where you can lock Ventures if they don't have a scram. Some don't. Lock them down, take them out with your superior DPS drones. And here's a big tip for you. Hobgoblins do thermal damage. Typically, Ventures are not tanked very well, and they're weak to thermal damage. So you can use Hobgoblins against those pesky Ventures. Go get them. Get some more stuff there. And survive. It's a hull tank ship. It's 18k EHP. The hardest thing to get through is going to be your hull. If you start losing shield, you can turn off your multi-spectrum shield hardener. We did put an ancillary shield booster in there because this can survive with the shield booster amount. Now, this is going to get ganked if a Proteus hops on you, right? But if you're in faction warfare space, you're mining some gas, you're going to be able to push people off the cloud and get yours. You're going to be able to get some kill mails. You're going to be able to catch up to people and keep it going. So how do you get consortium ships? Buying is an option. Craft them. You got to craft them. You got to go to the ore space and keep it going. So the thing I want y'all to see is that the new ships are really odd. And why gas is different now. The things that Catalyst has changed is that pioneers, gas mining specifically, they don't get crits. All of this stuff is really good for ore and ice mining because the crits are fantastic. But since gas don't crit, it's weird. So Pioneer consortiums, I think the consensus I have right now is that they are some of the best gas huffing ships in the game because of their more tools and more 4 alphas for more cargo space, more tools for alphas. Best huffer for galphas, gas huffing alphas. That's your new name. You're now galphas. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. The Pioneer is weird because it is better than the Venture, that it holds more, slightly better yields, but it's still like, I really just feel like I just still want to use the Venture because I love that +2 warp core strength. The Pioneer Consortium is like so tanky and has so many tools. I almost don't want to use it if I'm in a fleet in a wormhole that I have hull control with. This is like you go out with your buddies and you have 8 Pioneer Consortiums on a cloud and you just have drones following you around. Sounds fun. Sounds good. The Prospect is still the premier gas huffing ship. That hasn't changed. That's still the #1. If you're an alpha, I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on some of the most fun we've had mining. And that's the Outrider, ladies and gentlemen, okay? We are going to give you some fits right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Outrider fit. This is our solo adventure Outrider. We just put out a video on this, or we're going to put out like an adventure video where you guys get to see we fit the ship, and we definitely show me that horizon. We went out, we got PvP, we got some ore, we got some gas. It was a lot of fun. Isn't that the goal? Right? To have fun, to enjoy. I'm giving you this base so you can go out there and get some cotton candy. Yeah. So this ship, I love it. This ship feels good to fly. And if you put a single evasive maneuver on this, you actually are sub-4 align with your afterburner on, baby. Okay. It's the only implant I have on this, sub-3 without it. This is a mining destroyer that can huff itself. We have tech 2s because we're going solo with this. We're going to be mining, form, and bursting ourselves to go a bit faster. This fit can swap to the expedition command burst if you want, and be able to do hacking and or be able to make yourself safer with the increase in D-scan range. So this is your like, hey, I want to solo mine with the Outrider. We're going to be doing an updated gas huffing boosting fit for the Outrider and the Odysseus. We need to test them a little bit more. So make sure you sub for that, and the wormhole guide playlist will be right here. If you want actual like boots on the ground examples of us gas huffing on a cloud, that's this playlist. If you want to see our dread ratting, our marauder ratting, everything wormholes is this playlist right here. And sub right here for the best Eve guides. Catalyst changed a lot. Let's get out there and get some cotton candy. I will see you in the next video. Thanks very, very much.